Okay, so welcome to I Work with Chocolate, the podcast that goes behind the scenes with chefs, chocolatiers, and food service professionals who bring chocolate to life in the most creative ways. Today is all about chocolate trends, female power, and French pastry in Bali. And right now we are sitting with the incredibly talented chef Yunita, the pastry chef at Folie Bali, a stunning modern French restaurant and pastry nestled in the heart of Bali. She's known for her refined technique, but also playful elegance and chocolate forward desserts that push the boundaries. Chef Unita is also part of a wave of pastry chefs who are reimagining what modern French pastry can look like in Southeast Asia. So, in this episode, we will talk trends, creative process, the reality of working in a high level kitchen, and her journey as a young female chef in what is still a largely a male dominated industry. So, whether you're in pastry, product development, or just love food with purpose, you'll walk away inspired. Chef Unita, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, before I have, obviously, we have a list of questions here,
Yeah.
but before I ask that, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from and a little bit about your background.
Okay, so I am originally come from Solo, from Java. It's a small city in the island of Java, and I'm currently working in Folie Bali as a head pastry chef. And here I am.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we're going to be exploring more of
Yeah.
what you do here.
Okay.
But before that, I'm actually very curious. What was your first memory working with chocolate?
Wow, that's like probably 10 years ago when I was in Le Cordon Bleu, doing my patisserie journey for the first time. That's when I discovered that chocolate. There are actually two kinds of chocolate. So in Indonesia, we usually work with compound chocolate.
Yeah,
Maybe not many of Indonesian know that what the real chocolate is.
correct?
And that's when I actually discover, oh, so chocolate needs to be tempered. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, just for the listeners at
Mm-hmm.
home, right? You, maybe they don't know you so well, right? So I know you have a background working overseas, right? You
Mm-hmm.
mentioned
Yeah.
earlier that, or in passing
Mm-hmm.
conversation, you worked in Australia, but also in France, right?
Yes.
So you speak French, right?
Oui, évidemment.
Ah, nice. Fluently, would you say?
I would say that maybe not fluent 100%.
Yeah.
I speak Franglish. Franglish is a mix of French and English. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's more than me. More than me.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so you're from Solo, from Indonesia, and you've worked overseas,
Mm.
and you speak French, and now you're here in Bali, which is kind of a big food hub here.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned you worked with chocolate, about 10 years ago. So can you share a little bit about your journey? What drew you to pastry in the first place?
So um, I love art.
Hmm.
So it's a subject that is very close to my heart.
Okay.
Um, so when I was a teenage, uh, I I was looking for a media to
Express
express
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my background was in fashion design.
Okay.
But then when I start working in fashion design, it was kind of, for me, it was stressful. So
Really?
I spent a year doing nothing but mixed martial arts.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I started to do baking at
Yeah.
home. And that's when I found myself like happy
Yeah.
because I was baking something and I gave it to my friends, my family, my relatives.
Yeah.
and I found that it's joyful.
Yeah.
That's when I fall in love into the world of cooking.
Okay.
And then I say to my parents, you know what, I want to cook.
And were they
Yeah.
supportive of that?
Oh yes, of course,
Okay, great,
100%.
great. But would you say that because you mentioned you were doing fashion, right?
Yeah.
And how would you say how has your background in fashion helped you now in pastry?
Wow. A lot, a
Yeah.
lot actually. Um, because I like the finesse
Yeah.
and the fineness and the artisanal things and the craft,
Yeah.
the thoughts you put behind it.
Hmm.
Um, it helped me a lot because in fashion design there are a lot of it. Like you learn a lot uh, of things about designing
Yeah.
a product,
Right.
and there are I don't know how to say, like the colors,
Yeah.
the ingredients, the materials,
Hmm.
and the discipline, the precision
Yeah.
of like working on something. It helped me a lot in what I'm doing now.
I see.
Yes.
I guess when if I like I'm not a fashion
Hmm.
designer by no means. However, I can see the similarities because with fashion design you're creating something from scratch, from not
Yes.
from zero,
Yes.
right? And with pastry, it comes from your mind, just like
Yes.
with fashion, right? So essentially you have the ingredients, you have the materials in fashion,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
have the colors, right? Because in
Yes.
food you have colors,
Yes.
but food has an added
Hmm.
um, dimension, which is flavor, right?
Yeah.
Aroma as well,
Yeah.
right? So how is that?
However, in fashion design, also we are teach to design something and create the feel.
Mm,
You know, like the same. I guess not the same, but like similar with food.
yeah,
Like if you want to create a foam, for example, like you see that airy
yeah,
without even touching it, without even eating it,
yeah,
like that goes it's very important to creating a menu, for example, when for me as a pastry chef, like when I want to create something like airy, easy to eat,
yeah,
and I'm in the dessert, in the sweet
yeah,
world, right? I want to create a palate cleanser, for example,
yeah,
something refreshing, something light, something. So it's just, for me it makes sense,
yeah,
and the skills that I learned from fashion design, it helped me so much on that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They're both very creative
Yes.
ways of working,
Hmm.
right? That's a really good
Mm.
comparison, right? And I think your first part of your career has helped you now.
Yeah.
And so, as a young female pastry chef, and I would say, it's pretty competitive
Hmm.
space, what's been the most rewarding, but also the most challenging part of your career so far?
Okay. Um, the challenging part is like, mm, I would say that as a young female chef, sometimes in some parts of the world, like we cannot close our eyes that um, we are sort of like underestimated
Mm-hmm.
sometimes,
Yes.
because a girl is perceived as weak, not weak. I say like more feminine, more
Right.
delicate, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I started my culinary journey in a hot kitchen,
Yeah.
so they always put me in a vegetable section.
Oh, why the vegetable
Because
section?
maybe it's easier to
Oh, I
handle,
see.
rather than like butchering, like all these heavy stuffs,
Yeah. Yeah.
making
Yeah.
stocks like 10 liters.
Yeah.
They perceive us as, oh, you're a girl, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
guy, like, yeah.
So how did you use that? Because that's a perception of a
Yes.
lot of males, right? And they
Hmm.
think, yeah, no, butchering's not for women, or
Yeah.
stock making. Let the men
Yes.
handle that. How did you how did you take that, and how did you use that to motivate to to use that to get to where you are today?
I feel that like it's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Like I want to prove that actually, like food has no gender.
True.
So it's a skill. It's a skill that doesn't matter you're a girl or a guy, and you can do it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That actually reminds me of something. I once saw this documentary about sushi chefs in Japan,
Mhm.
and they would say that why men are mostly sushi chefs is because women have a sort of higher body temperature, and it would affect how they make sushi. But I was like, that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
And so I that ties in with what you just said. Food has no gender, right? It
Exactly.
depends on the hands. Well, it depends on the creator.
Yes.
It could be male, female,
Yes.
any
Yes.
any religion, any from any country, any culture, right? So that
Exactly.
makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. So why did you choose to work in Bali, and how does the Bali food scene inspire you?
Okay, so this is actually a serendipity, I would say, like a chance that I didn't actually choose.
Okay.
So during the COVID, I was in France,
Hmm.
and it was difficult for me to renew the visa. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe I should come back to Indonesia,
Hmm.
and but I'm somebody who cannot stay at home doing nothing.
Right.
So I was thinking of opportunity of working.
Yeah.
So I come across Bali. So yeah.
But what drew you to Bali, right? Because you were in France, right? And
Hmm.
that seems like, well, for someone like me, that seems like the food capital, or
Well,
at least one of the food
well,
capitals in the
yeah.
world, right?
This is why
Why leave?
I initially do not want to come back to Indonesia
Yeah.
because I love what I'm doing in France.
Yeah.
But then Bali is a very open island, open city, I guess. Like it's one of the most growing hospitality city in Indonesia.
Okay.
So a lot of things are happening in Bali quite fast,
Hmm.
rapidly.
Yeah.
So this is what drew me actually to go to Bali, and also Bali is very relaxing for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very open. The culture is really nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, there are traffics, but not as bad as Jakarta. Let me tell you that.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. No, I mean, I get it. It's
Yeah.
like the food scene is wild here,
Yes.
and I think as a pastry chef, you want to be in a place that allows you to be expressive
Hmm.
in a way that people will understand,
Yes.
and without any limits, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense why Bali
Yes.
is your choice, right? Um, so when it comes to chocolate, right? I mean, our blog is called
Ooh.
"I Work with Chocolate." Right?
Okay.
So what chocolate trends are you seeing right now in modern pastry?
Okay. This is going to be a difficult question for me
Okay.
because I'm the type of chef who doesn't follow trends.
Okay.
I'm very sorry.
That's totally fine.
I have my own flair of art, and I always I don't follow trend.
Okay.
That's who I am, and that's been me uh, for longest time. So yeah, I don't know what's going on out there. Not that I care too much.
Yeah.
I guess the trend the latest trend was the pistachio kunafa
Kunafa.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Correct.
but yeah, I try to follow the trend, but it doesn't fulfill me
Yeah.
at heart. So I'm the kind of chef who doesn't follow any trend at all.
I think that's a great answer. Because I guess when you're following a trend, you become a follower, right?
Yes.
You're not doing your own thing,
Yeah.
and because you don't follow trends, you don't have to worry about comparing yourself to others. You're just
It
doing you.
doesn't
You're
it
being you.
yeah, it doesn't comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't come from the heart, I'm not confident enough to serve it to my clients.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That is a fantastic description. I love that. I love that. Awesome answer. Um, So next one. So are there
Mm.
any ingredients or techniques that you're perhaps, combining with chocolate that feel fresh or unexpected? Anything you
Wow.
can share?
Um, Ingredients. There are a lot of local ingredients
Mhm.
in Indonesia that I'm now discovering. Now that I came back to Indonesia, there are andaliman peppers, for
Yeah,
example, and kecombrang, ginger torch.
yeah,
There are a lot like kaffir lime leaves
yeah,
as well that I love to combine with dark chocolate.
yeah.
Um, in terms of techniques, I'm always open. So it doesn't matter like it's a new technique or a old fashioned or it's a traditional technique. I'm always when I'm creating something, for example, like bonbons or like any kinds of product, I always combine different techniques at
Okay.
the same time. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So when it comes to your sort of menu development, would you
Mhm.
say you lean more towards dark chocolate, milk, or white chocolate? In your and why?
Ooh.
Or do you have a balanced approach? When it comes to
I think so.
chocolate?
I think I have quite more balance in terms of like which chocolate I prefer the most because it depends on what I want to create.
Okay.
For example, like if it's going with some fruity notes, I actually like to combine it with white chocolate.
Okay.
But that's also depends. Yeah, depends on the design, like I said, the flavor,
Yeah.
characters like that. Like citrusy note, I love it with white chocolate.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, to balance the sweetness,
Yeah.
something like that. Like dark chocolate, I like to combine with some uh, more like spicy, woody,
Yeah. Yeah.
and kind of like comforting notes like hazelnuts,
Yeah.
things like that.
So it depends what you want to complement or
Yes,
contrast, right? The
yes,
flavors.
yeah.
Makes sense. So my next question, this one
Mm.
is my favorite question of
Okay,
all, and it has to do
right.
with,
I'm ready.
um, well, I mean, myself, I work in the chocolate industry, and I'm all about hashtag proudly Asian, right?
Okay.
And what we do in our company is we
Hmm.
incorporate, those beautiful, bold, sometimes robust Asian flavors
Hmm.
and combine it with
Hmm.
chocolate. So, are there any local or Asian flavors that you enjoy pairing with chocolate?
Kombava.
Okay,
The
tell us
kambi,
tell
the
us about that.
kaffir lime leaves.
Okay.
We cannot say that anymore. Kaffir, the term. Um, yeah, kombava.
Okay.
It's been my favorite. The leaves.
Yeah.
The leaves. I love it so much. Um, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, because it's very refreshing. And it's been my signature for so long. Like
Okay.
I love comparing it with coconut,
Yeah.
also dark chocolate and white chocolate as well. It goes nice with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No, it
love
makes
it.
sense. I think why it makes sense to me is that every chef has a style, or even when you listen to musicians, they have a certain
Yes.
style. So I
Hmm.
guess your style is using the leaves, right?
Yes.
And whenever people taste it, they're like, oh, that's a
Hmm.
signature move from
The
Chef
kick,
Yunita, right? Yeah.
the kick, like
Yeah. Makes
yeah.
sense. Makes sense. So tell us a little bit about the menu that you have at La Folie. Can you walk us through, sort of one of your favorite chocolate-based creations on the menu right now?
Oh,
If you had to pick a favorite, what would it be?
first of all, I hate the word favorite.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so every creation is very special to me
Yeah.
because as an half artist, it's kind of scary as well to how to say like put ourselves out there
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
my creations, it's me. It's totally me, and it represents who I am. Probably my experience, my trauma, etc. So uh, yeah. So when it comes to creating a product at Folie, because Folie is a French restaurant, So I always guard the roots. I always stick to the root. Let's say I'm making a santonure.
Okay.
It has to have the elements of santonure.
Would you mind explaining what that is for
For
our listeners at home?
example, like the puff pastry has to be there.
Mhm.
The choux pastry has to be there.
Okay.
The crème diplomate has to be there. So other than that, uh, it's already creating deconstructed, and it's the trend that I hope disappear. You know, like I don't like to create something. I create something, my interpretation
Yeah.
based on the classic, but I don't want to take away the elements of the classic.
Okay.
Let's say I'm making clopon chocolate,
Yes.
clopon, yeah, the clopon. So I don't want to make clopon cake.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Have you ever had a customer that complained, and how did you deal with that?
Okay, well, it depends on the complaint. So, for example, some customers have comments like, I don't like it.
Mhm.
But it doesn't mean that my technique is not right. The cake is not made correctly.
Correct.
So it's about preference. If it's
Yes.
about preference, that's okay.
Mhm.
If you don't like it, then maybe I can suggest you something else. But if it's about like accident, for example, there is something inside it.
Piece of
that-
hair or
yeah,
something.
yeah. That's reasonable. I, like we, my team at least, like didn't have the intention to actually poison someone.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully
So
not.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I think that is a really
Mm.
good and mature answer. You know, because having been in the food service industry
Mhm.
myself, you know, no one, you know, we fear these negative comments
Yes.
and negative reviews, right? But that's true. You know, taste is preferential, and
Yes.
there is you cannot create something and 100% of the people will love it or even like it, right?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be people that don't.
I
And
have,
that's just, you have to
yeah,
accept that, right?
yeah. I have had one customer who came into my restaurant. I used to have the Mont Blanc dessert,
Yes.
but I didn't say it's a classic Mont Blanc.
Okay.
I have a twist on it, modern twist on it. And he complains. He said, "This is not classic Mont Blanc."
Mhm.
I didn't say in my menu it's a classic Mont Blanc.
Right.
So, um, yeah, it depends. It depends on
Yeah,
the complaint.
yeah, exactly.
Really.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just their perception or
Yes.
their take on it, right? And yeah, it's good. You segregate between, you know, we done everything to the best of our abilities or to what we wanted it to look like, and you're either gonna like it or you're not, right?
Exactly.
So that's totally fair. So about here in Bali, what would you say is an underrated chocolate product that you know that more cafes or hotels should try using? You know, do you have anything like that?
Yes, the cocoa nips and the cocoa husk.
Oh, tell us about that.
Talking about, well, not chocolate, I would say cacao.
Hmm?
Like it's an ingredient that's very versatile, right? And the husk and the nips got the aroma of chocolate,
Mhm.
but it's not sweet because we haven't added sugar in it.
Right.
So it's very underrated because like the cocoa husk you can infuse in stocks, for example, make a consomme. And
Really? Even for savory things.
yes,
Okay.
a fun fact: in last February Valentine's Day, me and my team made a chocolate degustation.
Wow.
Yeah, based on like what we can do around cacao, not
Right.
just chocolate, but uh, the the husk, the nips, even the pots.
Yeah.
Like you can serve things with it. It's really nice. Yeah.
So a very sort of sustainable approach using
Yes.
every ingredient, right?
Yes.
And okay.
Even the fresh chocolate, the fresh cacao,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
tastes very fruity, very different from chocolate,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
that you can use in so many things.
So many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that sometimes in
Mhm.
I believe it's in South America. They make the
Mhm.
mole, right?
Yeah.
And they use these cocoa products for
Yeah.
this stew, right?
Yes.
That is braised
Yes.
for hours.
Well, originally, chocolate or cacao is for medicine, right?
Ah,
Like the history behind it is not
yeah.
the same like what we
What it is today, right?
have
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool. So since you work at La Folie, right, a modern French restaurant, how do you balance between the French classic techniques with sort of local influences?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that?
Well, by using local ingredients, for example, like I use the raspberries, which are grown here locally,
Nice.
and but still the dish would be like sanctonore Paris or like the classic
Yeah.
French. But that's when I put my creativity into it, like how am I as a chef um, think and thoughtfully create something sustainably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So is that local element, is that an important part of what you do?
of course,
Yeah.
of course. To reduce the cost.
Yeah.
Of course, that's very important because it doesn't make sense to create something uh, with with the ingredients that's been like going all around the world and come back to
To Indonesia. Yeah,
Indonesia.
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And I think besides
And
reduce the cost.
that's why it's very um, it's it makes me happy when I found that there are actually chocolate company here local produce, and
Mhm.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very
Okay.
proud of the chocolate manufacturer here in Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, likewise. I mean, that's also why we wanted you on the show because we're also proud of the fact that
Yes.
there's this movement of people using and professionals using local ingredients, and
Mm.
we have to be proud about where we come from,
Yes.
our heritage, right?
Yes.
Because the Asian heritage is
Mhm.
just so rich of flavors, and
Yes.
so it's always nice to be able to combine the modern with what
Yeah.
we grew up with, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's amazing.
Exactly.
I think that's how flavors evolve, right?
Yes.
So I think that's awesome that you're doing that. So, chef, tell me, is there a chocolate dessert that you've made recently that really pushed you creatively?
Yes. There are two actually.
Okay.
So one of the two is the tart that I made.
Yeah.
It was inspired by the design of the I don't know what it's called in English.
Or
The
in French?
rosage, yeah, rosage of Notre Dame de Paris is a tart, and my first signature was created in 2022, and after that, um, I sort of changed the flavor based on the season.
Mhm.
Yeah, it pushed me sort of like push me creatively because there is no exact mold for that. So I have to work around on how to actually make the design. And secondly, uh, it came back to the the technique that I learned from school
Okay.
back in like 2015 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very traditional way of making chocolate bonbon
Yeah.
that you have to put the alcohol liquid in starch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to dry the starch, and you make an imprint,
Yeah.
and you put the liquid in,
Yes.
and you let it crystallize,
Okay.
and coat it with chocolate. And
Right.
that's very challenging because in Indonesia it's very humid here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe probably I'm the one of the crazy chefs who's like tempted to do it in Indonesia.
No,
Yeah.
but that's cool. I mean, I think you're pushing beyond your boundaries, and
Yeah.
we understand chocolate can sometimes be temperamental,
Yes.
right? Especially when it comes
Yes.
to temperature, right? But how
Yeah.
did it turn out? Would it?
Uh, the first trial was a fail
Okay.
because I have to put like a dehumidifier,
Yeah.
a lot of silica gel,
Yeah.
and I have to really properly dry the mold,
Yeah.
the starch. I mean, yeah, it
Yeah.
takes so long. Fun fact, I did it midnight when
At midnight.
nobody's around.
Wow.
Yeah, in my kitchen because the airborne starch it's
Yeah.
very dangerous when it came contact with open fire.
Oh.
So yeah.
And did you sell this or did it?
Yes,
Did,
yes, it was during the Valentine's Day.
oh, okay. So it's not on the menu now.
No.
Oh, too bad because I
Yeah.
thought I might want to try that. No, awesome, chef. I love the answers you're giving today, and you've talked a lot about chocolate
Mhm.
and pastry, but now I'd like to move to just a few more questions about
Sure.
what is it like, right? I mean, I think it's well known not only in Indonesia but around the world that the food service world is kind of it's kind of male dominated, right?
Mhm.
And what's been your experience as a young woman in the kitchen or working and you've worked in Europe as well as
Mhm.
Australia and
Mhm.
Indonesia.
Mhm. There is well, there is obviously a certain gap
Hmm.
at the beginning. Probably you are underestimated. Like I was underestimated because yeah,
Yeah, they
look
put
at
you on
me.
the vegetable section, right?
Yes, I'm considered as a small girl, thin,
Okay.
slim. They think that I don't have the capability to do like many jobs
Yeah.
as the guys,
Yeah.
or they didn't put me in a section where it's very like there they require like a lot of labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a challenge.
Yeah.
And then secondly, maybe harassment, but luckily I didn't.
Really?
Yes, I didn't experience that a lot.
Okay.
So for the young female chefs out there,
Okay.
I have a very strong message.
Please.
Actually, when you already committed in this industry, it's very yeah, male dominated.
Yeah.
Um, you have to know where to put boundaries, and
Yeah.
that's very important because at the end of the day, we don't want to have somebody harassing us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear things like that, it really upsets me. You know, it's that in a world of like as modern as
Hmm.
today, you know, that still happens. You know,
Yeah.
it's infuriating, right?
Yeah.
Um, but good to know that you know that it wasn't too bad. But that was a great message you have for our
Yeah.
listeners. And so yeah, uh, you mentioned you were on the vegetable section, but did you ever progress to another section or how did you do that? Or
Luckily, yes, I did.
okay, so
Because
what was the magic there? What did you do?
I just proved that I'm not as weak as they thought.
Mm,
You know, like I can work long hours just like they did.
yeah,
I can lift heavy stuff
yeah,
just like I did, and at the same time, I'm I I I don't know how to explain this. Like the way I see myself, I'm masculine at work,
okay,
but also I have that feminine touch
yeah,
that not many men has.
okay,
And because naturally women we are more sensitive,
yeah,
we are more detailed and put the care on small little things,
yeah,
and that's what makes us important in the industry,
yeah,
because in hospitality industry it's like a yin yang, you know,
yeah,
like you have to have that masculine drive, but also the feminine touch.
yeah,
Because in surfing, it's more like feminine.
yeah. Yeah,
I
it's the
don't know how to.
detail. It's the
Yes,
details that matter
the small
sometimes.
little
Yeah,
things
exactly.
that make it counts.
Exactly.
That makes the big difference.
Yeah.
and that's important. Yeah.
Awesome answer. Yeah. Yeah, it seems so. Basically, just to recap, you're saying that it's the perseverance, right? It's showing that you can do the work as good as them or even better, right?
Yes.
And not giving up, right? I mean, it sounds so cliche, right? Never give up, right? But I mean that is a big part of the drive, right?
Yes.
You have to. You, it's the not giving up, and you mentioned you have that balance. Okay, yeah, I can be as good as some of the men out
Mhm.
there, but I have this finesse, or I have the attention to the details.
Yeah.
That
It's what very crucial
yeah,
in the industry, because let's say our okay, let's say our target market is higher up,
yeah,
like, and they demand specific details,
yeah.
specific little things that made the value goes up.
Go up, yeah,
So that's what it is.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
if we are careless, then yeah,
yeah. They will see. Yeah.
they will see.
You know, that reminds me of of a little story. When I was
Mm.
in Japan, we went to an izakaya,
Okay.
and okay, not exactly fine dining, right?
Yeah.
But I'd made a booking through their Instagram
Mhm.
direct message, and but when I arrived, they had left this little personal message for me with my
Wow.
name on it and a special message that was
Yes.
individual to me, right?
Yes.
Because they checked my Instagram, they knew what I liked,
Yes.
and I know it's nothing to do with necessarily the food,
Mm.
but that little detail
Yeah.
I remember to this day. And everyone who I meet, I always tell
Yes.
them, you got to go to that izakaya in Tokyo.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, in hospitality industry, it's a package.
Yeah.
It's a package of the good food and the service.
Yeah.
And these little details is very, yeah. I cannot explain.
Yeah, you can't stress enough how important it is,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's very important because people are going to the restaurants not only to eat but also to have the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I
Mhm.
absolutely agree. And it's until this day I still remember that little detail, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
it matters. It matters.
Yeah.
All right, chef. So, what would you tell a young girl or an aspiring female chef who wants to enter this field? Do you have any tips or advice that you could give them?
Okay. I would answer that for everyone, not just the girls.
Okay.
Um, have some grit.
Some grit.
Yes. G
R
R
I
I
T.
T.
Yeah.
Grit.
What does that mean to you? Grit.
Persistence.
Okay.
Passion and persistence. And make sure you really enjoy working in this industry, because this industry is very, I would say, tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's very energy draining,
Mm.
and it's not easy. Nothing is easy, but especially in this industry, because you have to thrive and make sure it's something that makes you wake up every day and be on fire. Yeah, that's one of the thing.
Okay.
Um, the second message would be, know your um, deep purpose. Why?
Mm.
Ask yourself on why you want to make a career in this industry, because that would take you as far as you can go.
Okay.
That's very important. Deep purpose.
Yeah.
Have a deep purpose. And thirdly, guard yourself. Know your boundaries and actually take care of yourself. Like I said, this industry is very energy draining.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take care of yourself like an athlete, you know. You have to know when to rest,
Yeah.
because it can be, for somebody like me, I'm quite workaholic.
Yeah.
So know when you actually have to eat and sleep.
Right.
It's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I think you mentioned about being
Yes.
an athlete, right? The rest is when you recover and get
Yes.
stronger, right?
It's part of the it's part of the
The-
performance.
yeah.
It's yeah.
You mentioned about the why, which I thought was quite interesting.
Mhm.
What is or what was your why?
I honestly have no answer for that. I
Okay.
just it just clicked to who I am.
Okay.
It just feels right for
Yeah.
me, and I till this day I don't know how to explain that. It's the industry that um, allows me to to be creative, but also demands me to be disciplined.
Hmm.
And I actually see myself in character-wise growing in this industry.
Okay.
I learned how to put boundaries to myself.
Hmm.
I learned how to communicate to people respectfully.
Yeah.
I learned to be disciplined, wake up every day, dedicate myself into the work that sometimes some jobs I hate the most, like making tiramisu. Come on.
Okay.
Or yeah, it's the industry that made me grow, and that's why I fall in love.
Yeah.
And that's when I know that um, I wouldn't be doing other things than cooking. Well, I might lie there. Because if were not be a pastry chef, I would probably be a ceramic artist.
Okay.
I love painting and I love sculpting. Yeah.
Oh, you just answered one of my rapid fire questions. But
Oh, really?
actually,
Really?
but it makes
Okay.
sense what you said about um, you have this deep rooted feeling within yourself that says, yeah, it feels right, you know,
Yes.
and it fulfills you.
Yes.
And so maybe your why is not as like um, clear, but
Mhm.
you feel it, right?
Yeah.
And it feels right.
Yeah.
You want to do this. You want to be here.
Yes.
You want to wake up and
Yes.
and put the work in. So
And I never see the end, you know?
yeah,
It's one of the things that um, keep me in this industry. I never imagine myself retiring in
okay,
this industry. Yeah. Good for me.
yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. It reminds me of like people who seek perfection. You know, they're always you never actually reach perfection. You're
Yes.
always there's no end, right?
Yes,
You're always
because
reaching it.
being perfectionist and thriving for perfection
Yeah.
is two different things.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Awesome, Chef. Thank you so much. Thank
Well,
you for
thank
sharing.
you.
I really loved hearing about your journey and giving us a
Mhm.
little bit of a glimpse of your life in Bali.
Mhm.
So next, the final section is the rapid fire section, and this is
Right.
basically rapid fire questions, very quick
Mhm.
questions, and we just need one or two word answers,
Sure.
and it's just kind of a fun way to wrap up the podcast in a lighthearted way.
All right.
Chef, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I should be.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Number one, what's your go-to chocolate snack or guilty pleasure?
Shh. I hate to say this, but Nutella.
Nutella. Okay.
Because you know why?
Yeah.
Because it's full of vegetable oil.
Okay.
But I love it. It's full of sugars and it's
Awesome. Awesome. Nutella. Okay, there you
yes.
have it. There you
I'm
hear
sorry. I'm sorry.
it. No problem. No, hey.
Yeah.
Next one. One trend you hope never comes back.
Mm. Okay. I'm gonna get a lot of hates about this.
Okay.
Putting dots on the plates.
Oh.
Like the sauce. Like
yeah.
come on, it's old fashioned. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
stop it.
I
Stop
see
it.
this. Because sometimes the dots are so small you can't even taste it, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
More like um yeah, that's that actually a lot. Like come on. Like and the rainbow cake. Stop it. Please. it needs a grave.
It needs to be laid to rest.
Yes,
Needs to be laid to rest.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Never come back.
Okay.
Never serve rainbow cake on my birthday, please.
Well, there you have it. Okay, if you weren't working in pastry, what would you be doing? And I think you kind of touched on that earlier.
Yes, I'll be doing something related to art
Okay.
because that's my root. That's
Yeah.
who I am. I love art. I love the imperfections. But it's only you who can see in the imperfection. It's
Awesome.
what art is.
Awesome.
Yes.
Last one. Favorite chocolate variety to work with? Dark, milk, or white?
No.
No.
No, because I love to work with cacao in general, whether it's the pots is yeah, pots you can serve, you can make a nice bowl, natural bowl made
Okay.
of cocoa pods is really nice. The flesh tastes like mangosteen almost. The husk you can infuse it, you can make a cacao kombucha, you can infuse it in stocks like I said, in like you can make consomme.
Yep.
The nips you can play around with it, the dark, the milk, everything, just do.
Yeah. I love it. Use everything.
Yeah, use everything. Not zero wastage, but less wastage.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, use
yeah.
everything.
Love it. Thank you so much, Chef, for coming in today and talking here with us.
It's a pleasure.
So that's it for today's episode of I Work with Chocolate. Huge thanks to Chef Yunita
Thank you so much.
for giving us a sneak peek of, kind of a behind the curtain look at your life, your professional work, and also a little bit about Folie Bali. We really enjoyed hearing your experiences, your ideas, the incredible passion that you have for chocolate and
Thank
pastry.
you.
So if you're in Bali, definitely check out Folie Restaurant. Check out also Chef Unita's Instagram, which you can see right here. And if you're in the food service industry, we hope that this conversation gave you, a little bit of a fresh inspiration and a few ideas to bring back to your own kitchen. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast, leave us a comment, and share it with your fellow chefs, bakers, and pastry lovers. Till next time, stay inspired, stay curious, and keep working with chocolate.